Hello there. Hi. Hello. There we go. Sorry, my voice was not having that. Hopefully you're doing well today. Welcome in. Welcome back. Welcome to this, the 23rd of September. So a bit of a later start time. I did not sleep well at all last night, so I decided I'll take a couple hours, take care of my physical health, mental health, and then we'll pick up the stream later, which is what we're doing now. So we are picking up the stream. We are going to be continuing our playthrough of Van Helsing 2. We've gotten to the point where we're starting to focus in on the general of the story, although I don't believe that's the end. We will see how it goes. My guess is the general is looking for patient 7. And patient 7 is the deathless one we keep hearing about in fairy tales. So we'll see how that all turns out. I feel like they've kind of tipped their hand a bit by mentioning the deathless one on more than one occasion. But we'll see. Also, the fact that, like, you know, the patient 7 travels through the ink, and the ink was like a spawn from the deathless. Like, I don't know. It feels like if they don't do that, I'd be more surprised if patient 0 or patient 7 wasn't the deathless one than I would be if they were. So, but we'll see. We're gonna continue that today. Again, sorry for the later start time, but I did want to take care of my health. I'm doing all right now. I'm a little congested, but overall doing a bit better. I don't know if we'll do a full stream length. We might. It depends on how into the game I get. I don't really have anything going on after the stream, which is why I was fine pushing it back a little bit. Sorry about that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to push myself too much. As you can tell, my throat's still not having the best time. But we are going to keep our streak alive. That's the intention, which is, you know, at least playing for an hour. So we're gonna do that. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and swap on over to this screen and let's get the game up and going, shall we? I do apologize if I'm a little more low energy than usual. Again, I don't know what it is. I'm just not feeling too awfully well. I'm very kind of achy and my throat's a bit scratchy. So problem is my throat's scratchy often because our HVAC and stuff, the stuff that circulates the air in our house has not been cleaned in quite some time, so it just blows a lot of like dander and debris throughout the house, in my opinion. I mean, I have no way of really verifying that other than, you know, there's no animals allowed in my room, and yet dander and pet hair and stuff gets in here, so I'm assuming it's basically just coming through the vents at this point. And of course, breathing that in for, you know, 5, 6, 8 hours a night is probably not the most healthy thing you can have. So, game should pop up for you shortly. There we go. Very loud in my ears. All right. Let us resume the story. I should plug up my phone. Also, we'll talk about it as it gets closer to time, but I will probably be, for the month of October, hosting very specific people. One person I would definitely want to host is Dan's Gaming. He is doing a horror month that he's done multiple times over the past, like, 8-ish years, 8-ish, 9-ish years. And, basically on his channel, what he's doing is from October 1st to the 30th, or 31st. Yeah, 31st. Sorry. His channel will be nothing but like horror 24/7. Now he's only going to be playing for certain amounts of time, but it will be, you could go to the channel at any point and watch horror games. So I will be definitely, he's a much bigger streamer, but I definitely want to show you guys that content. I've enjoyed that content for years. Dan is a really cool guy. So alright, we're not going to worry about the what are special items? Special potion. Alright. Let us go. We cleared out a lot of this map, but I'm not sure how the saves work. So we may have to clear this map again. Okay, no. It did keep our progress. Let me go ahead and pause something on my other screen. Some people on the roof. Oh boy. Also, I do want to mention that today, the Diablo 2 Resurrected did release. So if you're wondering, you know, oh, why are you not playing that? You're playing this, which is much like Diablo. I am no longer supporting Blizzard products. Given everything that they've been doing and continue to do, I can see no moral way for me to continue with that, given the situations that they had. And I know that might be like, oh, that's old news, that happened months ago. Like the devastation and the horrors that were wrought by those decisions are long lasting. So is my decision to not support their products in a meaningful way. But if you are a fan of these kinds of games and you did not ever get a chance to play Diablo 2, because it is on console now, I do believe that now is a time to try it out. I will not. Oh, how'd you get down there? I will not, you know, hold and what's the word? Basically,
Helsing. I was hoping to meet you in person.
I've heard a lot about you. You claim for yourself as a spy. But where is Harker?
The general has holed up in a refurbished warehouse that they are using as a command center. They are working on something mysterious.
I knew he was hatching a plan.
Only 2 bridges lead to the building, and both of them are blocked by modified force.
Our scientists must have one of these.
No, there is only one person with a demagnetizer on this side of the force walls. A vampire noble.
And how many soldiers are stationed at the command center?
Not too many, but as soon as they arrive to attack,
A whole garrison. It sounds really...
There is another way. You could inject poisonous gas through the air vents. That would take care of the soldiers. The vents have their own force walls.
So we could use the demagnetizer?
No, they have their own generators. You will find them on the rooftops of the Bank of Borrego. Generator on the roof, each wing.
Thank you. We'll take over from you.
What I was gonna say is I will not judge anyone who decides to buy and play that product. It is a very fun game. I have spent a lot of my own time playing that throughout the years. So I completely understand if there's a drive to play it. But if you are wondering why we're not playing that today on release day, that would be why. But there are plenty of people playing it, so definitely go check that out if it's something you're interested in. If you like games like this, Diablo 2 was basically the game that popularized it. Like, Diablo 1 technically had this formula before Diablo 2, but if you want the way that, like, most ARPGs from like 2001 forward were structured, that it's because of Diablo 2. Diablo 2's system actually was what spawned the original system for World of Warcraft as well. The way you leveled, the way you did your skill points, all of that was very much reminiscent of that. It set the standard for a lot of RPGs for a long time. So if you're interested in a bit of history as a remaster, definitely go check that out. But again, I won't be doing that here. So that's probably the last I'll say about it. Back to Van Helsing. I think I do feel like we're coming up to the end of the second act. I don't think this ends with Harker. Although I meant to check yesterday how much time went between Van Helsing 2 and Van Helsing 3, because from 1 to 2 it was like a year. But I'm wondering if they spent more time in Van Helsing 3, if they changed systems and stuff. Okay. But I like loot games, but if you are looking for something, and you're on a budget that gives you an amazing amount of content for basically no cash, definitely check out Path of Exile. That is when people ask me like, hey, I liked Diablo, but I didn't like Diablo 3, or I'm looking for something like Diablo 3, I always recommend Path of Exile. There is a lot to it. I will not lead you astray. It is a very in-depth system. Figuring out builds and stuff is one of the main keystones to the game itself. Thankfully, there are tons of content creators that create content about builds and stuff. So you can obviously look up one of those and use those as a way to create something that you enjoy playing without having to do a lot of work figuring out how everything works. Another reason to recommend is they are currently working on what they're calling Path of Exile 2, which is basically going to revamp all of the base systems, or most of the base systems of the game. And it looks really good. They're definitely doing some new stuff with it, which is going to be fun for a lot of the veteran players, but also the new players alike. I think they're going to overall. I think some of the idea is to make it more accessible to new players. Because if you just Google Path of Exile skill tree, you'll see why there's a bit of a what's it called? A hurdle, I guess, to entry. But the beauty of Path of Exile is it's completely free, so if you play it and you realize you don't like it, you didn't pay anything for it, so. Alright, how do we get to this? I was in the right place. I guess I just missed the stairs for it. But there's a lot of good ARPGs out there if you want to spend a little bit of money. Grim Dawn is a very, very good one. Titan's Quest is what spawned Grim Dawn. Not story-wise. Yeah, I walked right past this thing. But the company that made Titan's Quest used that system when they got the license to create Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn's very fun, also kind of build heavy. So there's a lot of structure there. Now I will say with Path of Exile, one thing that I hope that they add in the second game is respecking. Respecking is not a thing you can do easily in Path of Exile. You can do it like one skill point at a time. They do give you like passive respec points, but it's not an amount that allows you to go, oops, I kind of messed up this build, let me just restructure. It's more of like well, I need to move a few points around, so here we go. But I believe in most cases RPGs that have kind of builds or build-based mechanics should have respec mechanics as well. I don't see why you wouldn't do that. Oh, we already killed this guy. But yeah, respecking should be a part of any RPG that has a build thing. Because when you're first playing through the game,
clues as to the whereabouts of King Borislav's occult treasure. You should send someone to retrieve it.
what was I saying? Yeah, when you're first playing through any sort of RPG, you know, you're kind of just putting points and stuff where you think they would go, you know? And in most cases, like, there are better places, like with this game, the perk system, right? Like, there were tons of better perks for us to take that we didn't even know about until someone in chat aided us in the discovery of those. But thankfully in the second game they go, oh yeah, you should probably be able to respec those too. I get in the first game they probably didn't have an easy way of having the systems like recognize where you had spent your points. So I get that. But I think what I would have done in that system in particular, like, I know it's a discovery based system, but I would have had like maybe some hints or an NPC or something that like gave you a heads up being like, hey, maybe you should check out this stats, or maybe if, you know, just some sort of heads up so you know to check for that kind of thing. Another potion. Oh, missed a chest. Do not want to miss any chest. Well, that's why right there. No, we already used that one, but yeah. You can't go down there. Just making sure we don't miss any like secret areas. Oh boy. Alrighty. Okay. Okay.
He was prepared for this exact moment, and now you have forced him to do the unthinkable. He fled through this gate.
What are you talking about?
This is a gate of Perun. Harker had it transported here. His scientist wired it to their impossible machines to open a door. He is on his way to the quarantined part of the giant woods.
So what? He fled, we won. Time to celebrate.
No, because Perun.
To retrieve something that should never be found. The death of Koshai the Immortal.
That needs some more explanation. Come with us.
I won't go near that place. That is a task for heroes and madmen. But I'll reach you through the aerial transmitter. I'll be your guide. Go.
Oh, I thought there was a chest down there. Alright. Woodworm. Okay. We need to... There's a thing we needed to do here.
So here we are again. In the
Wormwood.
realm of the deathless.
Find the wraiths, kill the wraiths, but spare the leader.
We are in the black heart of his realm. I have a very bad feeling about this.
We will find the hidden depths of this Koshai Deal with Harker. We're out of here.
How do we recognize someone's personal bag? What does it look like?
I have no idea. What do you say we follow Harker's tracks?
Yes. That's it, Van Helsing. You are on the right track.
Hopefully you're not a parade of spiders. If so, we're squishing them all, so...
We could send you reinforcements with our rift shells. There is one problem, though. The ancient hex poles isolate this place from the ink. Destroy 4 hex poles first.
Alrighty. I think she's got a couple level ups, so do that. What skills were we giving her? Let's just do that. I don't.
What happened to you, soldier?
The general didn't expect these monsters, and we reached the nests, where huge things bred terrible spiders.
Did Harker survive?
He got out with his best soldiers, and left us here to die.
I'll take care of that nest.
You stay here, Harker's brave minion. Our boys will get here, eventually.
So that's interesting. In the first game, these soldiers.
Around you, Hunter. The realm of the deathless. Isn't it savagely beautiful?
Oh boy, we got zapped by something. Ah, that's what it was. Respawn here. Okay, it's because we're standing in fire too. I think that's what was getting us, yeah. Oh, and these guys keep freezing us in it. Okay, that doesn't help. We'll take the sword, all of that stuff. What's this sword? Not great. What it is. Not great. Ooh boy. X-pole.
First, you jump into that gate without hesitation. Then, you are willing to destroy the ancient magical protection placed on the land of the Deathless himself?
You were the one who told me that the Deathless was only a myth. I'm not afraid of a legend.
But I never said that he didn't live at all. And he
The
clearly
most
left his
powerful
mark on the
artifact of Bogovia is almost within your reach. Move, Hunter.
Okay. Interesting. Go to Wormwood Chasm and find out where Harker... Okay, cool. Wait, we're in Wormwood Chasm. Okay, so we need to find the Wraiths, but spare the leader. that the leader? Nope, that's the leader. Okay. Oh boy. Oh.
Need healing.
Why can we not? Okay. So we need the leader to be spared. Where's the leader at? Did it work? I guess not. Well, that's kind of irritating.
A sacrificial altar with the skull of a strange monster. The perfect decoration.
Of course. Our scientists simply love to test these things.
So, it wasn't our
I have
plan.
the firepower to deal with the consequences.
So many bats. Okay. Let's say I think there's at least one more. Hold on. Options. We're gonna leave and come back. Cause I want to get whatever that the ring had. Oof. These little spitting ones. Hey, Eddie. It's going all right. We started a bit late today because I wasn't feeling well. So yeah, I didn't sleep well last night, so I decided to take a couple hours to just kind of relax and get my mental and physical facilities in order. So that's what we did. Hope you feel a little better. Yeah. I do. My throat was a bit scratchy and I was a bit congested, but a lot of that seems to have subsided, so thankfully. Alright, we're gonna go back to town real quick, clear out our bag.
This reminds me of my art.
Yeah, no, it's gonna take something a lot worse. Knock on wood that doesn't happen, but it's gonna take something a lot worse for me to want to end the streak. So. More defense, more elemental resist, tons of elemental resist, physical damage reduction, crit, crowd control. What are we losing? Losing mana and spell power, which I don't really care too much about, so. No, it's just I'm working on a project, and I think the stress of the deadline is starting to get to me because I hit a super like writer's block last night, and it was kind of disheartening, and I was thinking about it all night, and I think that's what finally got me with coding. No, thankfully the coding someone else is doing, but I'm doing basically all of the writing for like the story of the project we're working on. So, and our deadline is next Friday, and I haven't really sat down to make like the main mechanic is the story and interacting with that story, obviously, and I haven't really sat down to work on much of that or any of that really, because I was working on other stuff. I think, hold on, we'll keep that on for now, but we'll keep this in our inventory. HP per hit, elemental resist, attributes, willpower. So it's just kind of weighing on me. Okay, damage, dexterity, damage is reduced. The one we have is just too good. So
I might have something for you.
there we go. But hey, I've had some ideas this morning while I was resting, and I think after the stream today I should be able to get some stuff squared away on it. Alright, back out you go.
Ha! Time to teach him a lesson.
Alright, back to where we were going. Let's try to do this. I do well under pressure, so hopefully the gears will kick in soon. Yeah, well, it's... See, that's the thing, is when I'm working, like, a job and stuff, usually I go above and beyond, but I guess because this is a more personal product, and less of a, you have to get this done, it's harder for me to be as motivated. Yep, I guess we messed this up permanently. That sucks. Oh well.
Just imagine the possibilities, Van Helsing, of you and me having that kind of power.
Mutation up. Okay. Yes, I think resistive is what we want to go with. Yeah, we're gonna go with resistive. Extra defenses will help considerably. But yeah, it's... I don't know. I do hope that I can get it done the way I...
They are not afraid of the scarecrow.
And that just goes to prove my point.
That's a nice reference to the first game. It's fine. I'll get it done. We'll get it released.
Don't you dare give up on Borgovia now.
It's also been weird for me to be project lead, and you know, it's hard for me to want to tell people like, hey, I need you to do this thing, because like when I was a teacher, like they were doing it for a grade, right? So they, you know, it was more of a on them thing. But
Dead soldiers again.
here in this case, you know,
This chasm is indeed a festering wound on Borgovia.
Something distorted the land. The spiders, the rocks.
it's more like, will you be able to do this for me, you know, for the project?
That buried artifact that you are so desperate to find.
I'm
Seen what it did to this place?
so used to working.
Have you noticed the key keyhole on this orb.
On my own, that it's very hard for me to be like, hey, I need these things from these people. So easy enough, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to, you know, overcome.
Hold up, Hunter. Why are you wasting our time?
I'm trying to, you know, do things in a way that works with me, but also gets the stuff done. And sometimes it's hard for those two to line up because of
I don't understand this, Van Helsing.
never like being group leader and things. Yeah,
Death is still around here.
like I don't mind it
Cases where magicians use this
when
The glade of thorns.
Me? Never. But this is Borgovia. If this could happen anywhere, it's here.
but when it's like something for like a grade or a test or something like that, I'm fine with working with groups because it's like, hey, if you don't do your part, that's going to be your grade. So there's more of a motivation for people to do the stuff. But like, again, it's just the problem I have asking for help on things. Because I've been in group dynamics where I worked, in fact, the group I worked with in college when we made our game, that it actually wrecked a lot of friendships. Like, a lot of people in the groups stopped talking to each other and stuff like that because of just the way it was managed and the way people were talking to each other. And yeah, and I really don't want that to happen within my friend group, which is who's, you know, developing this game.
Return from a successful hunt. Return to the lair to receive the spoils of the hunt.
So, you know, it's like I would much rather forgo the project than have friends be at each other's throats because of it, if that makes sense. And like I said, I've just had experience with that happening, and I don't want that to happen here.
Blood was spilled in the Forbidden Forest. They are too close.
But and like I said, a lot of the
Must be
issues.
close to the place where Harker was heading. Get ready.
Just one thing. What are we going to do with Kosha's
Is everyone
death?
putting in their part?
Our priority
Yeah.
is to ensure that Harker
I mean, people are
us.
going, you know, above and beyond to make sure that we get this done. Because I mean, there's a bit more at stake than just having the project done. Oh, here we go. This is the race it was talking about. Like, people are really pulling their weight. It's not that like anyone's falling behind or anything. It's just, like I said, a lot of the misgivings are on my side of just issues that I have seen before that I do not want to repeat. Also, the reason why this project is kind of important is it'll be our first product as a company. So it's got a little bit more gravity behind it than just a product.
Hunter, Harker has engaged in combat with the Guardians of the Treasure. Don't waste your
time. So there's kind of this balance between, you know, wanting to get it done, but also wanting to make sure it's done right. You know, I mean, there's basically no real downside, and this is what I was trying to think about last night, is there's no real downside that if the project comes out and it's not, you know, perfect, you know, we don't really lose anything, because it's always something that we could work on, you know, later, fix later. It's just we're trying to work it for a game jam. And okay, we already have that. With the mana cost. Alright, so let's try out our new move here. Son of Ramat Gun. Damage if no enemies are within. Oh, interesting. Okay. It's an ink-fested item? Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, we can't use this. Alright, we did... Okay, I'm gonna check this Ring of Guidance thing out, because we did everything that's on it. Ring of Guidance, Van Helsing. For 5 lines, 2 specify locations, and 3 specify tasks. You need to do all 3 tasks, but the order is not relevant. If you did all 3 tasks, the frog statue will become clickable at the location of the last task. Interactable. Frog statue will become interactable at the location of the last hatch, which will open a portal to a secret location. Oh, okay. That's what we missed.
What happened here?
These corpses were more.
That sounds really
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, we click on the portal. I missed a corpse. There's supposed to be a Domovoy corpse here that's got stuff on it. That's what we missed. There it is. There it is. See? Those are the items. Well, not a whole lot of great stuff, but still things. Ink-fested Soulbound set. Alright. Well, guess we can finally switch that ring out. Did get a couple potions. Elemental resist. Elixir of health. Cool. But yeah, I don't know. The project should be good. Like, it also it's the problem of wanting it to be better but not having time to do so. And also taking in a bunch of, you know, the team's ideas to try to make it a better experience than what I, you know, originally imagined. And I don't know. There's just a lot going on. And
The battle has already begun.
unfortunately, ooh boy.
The Mad Queen attacks everyone who enters the glade. She has an ill face two enemies at the same time. Harker is hiding behind his indestructible force wall. You'll need to choose your strategy wisely.
Briefing. Hiding behind indestructible force walls, but if you kill his soldiers, he has nothing without his army. Mad Queen attacks everyone who enters the glade. She has an inexhaustible army of dryads, but if you can reach her, she can be killed. Resistance will support you. Call artillery strikes in a battle to destroy the hex poles. You destroy the hex poles, enabling you to call resistance soldiers. Also, I guess some of it is I just don't want to disappoint. You know, my team by giving, you know, less effort than they deserve. Alright, let's go for the Dryad Queen first. I feel like she's probably the big issue here. Am I the only one working on the story? Yes. Oh boy. I got stuck somewhere. But yeah, I'm the only one writing it, but that's because I chose to. Because I'm trying to make sure that the writing follows the idea of what I'm going for with the project. Come on, just die already. But yeah, it's a decision of my own making. It's not that people didn't offer. Alright, Whirlwind sucks in this game. This seems to be the quickest way to get his health to go down. Oh yeah. I mean, I also have a lot of issues with anxiety, and this project has brought some of those to light, if you will. So that's definitely stuff that I'm working on outside of the project, obviously. Well, this is tedious. Let's try this again. Oh, no more in there. Alright, so it seems like every monster we kill does like 4,000 damage to him, so... Do 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 do. Hi, Harker. This is where you tell us we're working for a bad guy.
Helsing,
Yeah.
I am so grateful. You prevented Harker from using
Yep, there it is.
the greatest arcane power in Bogovia. And you basically handed it to me on a plate. It still needs a lot of work. Trust me, forgive me if I skip the part where I tell you how I used your truly admirable fight for freedom to achieve my goal. I presume our duel afterwards would have been fantastic. But this spell only allows me a short time here before it drags me away. I suppose we'll meet again.
Oh no, the creepy, weird-voiced monstrosity man was the bad guy all along.
I did everything within my power to liberate this land from the clutches of madness. I destroyed a whole army of machines and defeated incredible monsters, only to suffer the betrayal of my closest ally.
I mean, Katarina's been telling you the whole game.
Hell is paved with good intentions, they say. Unwillingly,
Kenna and the Bridge of Spirits. I've been meaning to look into that game. I just forgot the name of it.
but whatever inhuman creature is hiding behind the mask, he made a grave mistake. I am still alive, and I'm ready to hunt again.
I guess that is probably where Van Helsing 3 picks up then. Yep. Well, now we know what Van Helsing 3 is about. Also, we just beat 2. Wow, if we were able to go a little bit longer yesterday, because I mean we couldn't because of my appointment, but if we were able to go longer yesterday, we would have we would have beat this game yesterday. Nice. Well, that's it for 2, I guess. You gonna let us pick up our loot? Hey, we got second place on. I don't know. I would like my loot, please. Doesn't matter. I don't know if we can convert over to 3.
Backpack is full.
Your backpack is full, you say. All reinforcements. Oh, probably should have done some of that to help. Not like we needed it. 1000% worth playing when got back from vacation, played it and beat it in a day. Nice. You moving on to 3 now? I mean, I guess I have to. Like, I was not expecting. Was not expecting to beat this one so quickly. I figured the fight with Patient 7 was going to be the actual finale. If I'm being honest, that was probably like less lackluster than the first fight, like the end of the first game where you fought just one giant robot. Because it was basically just grinding down Harker's forces, you know, standing in a spot, just hitting them until they all died. I do like the design of the Dryad Queen. That was really cool. Like I feel like that could have been a cool boss fight if it wasn't just like fight a war between the two. So, anywho, I guess that's that. I guess that's that. All right, so I am actually, what level are we? We are 60, so maybe we'll be able to carry the character over. I don't know. I don't know anything about Van Helsing 3. I don't know anything about the other Van Helsings either, but all right. Well, that's it for Van Helsing 2. Let me go ahead and make a stream marker.